Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and BRICS 2024 is, I'm not sure if it's over, but it's currently happening, and it's probably over because they already came up with their uh, declaration, the Kazan declaration. Basically, it's like a no collective statement of the conclusions of the entire summit, and a lot of major things that have happened during this break, and I just want to cover some of it. Um, the declaration itself, I already published on the DPA Telegram channel and on Twitter. Is published by the Russian government, but it's pretty boring. There's almost like 100 points, and most of it is pretty dry. So I'm not going to bore you covering that document, which was my original plan to bore you with it. But I thought that no, it's a bit too boring. So this is the official BRICS website for 2024 of Russia. It's held in the city of Kazan. And one of the biggest major news is this. According to Sputnik India, this is the first bilateral talk that happened during BRICS between Modi and Xi Jinping in 5 years. So this is the first uh, the talk, the dialogue between the two major countries of Asia, and they haven't talked for 5 years because of the border problems, and yeah, and the tension is actually pretty high between India and China. So this is the first step towards getting back into some kind of a normalization between the two. Oops, and let me find where is the. I missed it. Yep, it's this one. So according to this is the Prime Minister of India's Twitter account. They put that he met with Xi Jinping, the President of China, in the sideline of the Kazan BRICS summit. And so India-China relations are important for the people of their countries, for regional and global peace and stability, which is true because the two countries is powerful, both are very populous, and both have nuclear weapons. So a war between these two countries would be unimaginable. So the best is of course talk. And they talk. So that's a very good thing. And that's the other one. So this is the one that I was wanting to show. So and also this is one of the big developments in BRICS. I think this is one of the bigger one because this is something concrete. Everything else is more subtle. I would say more subjective. So like this. So the BRICS country have declared that they're going to support the reformation of the United Nations as well as the United Nations Security Council. So the declaration says that they're going to support the legitimate aspiration of developing countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, including BRICS countries, to play a more significant role in international affairs, in particular in UN, including its Security Council. But honestly, this is just a meaningless talk. This is just to attract people, countries into this gang, this group, the BRICS group. In reality, most developing countries have no influence to make any says or any influence on any global issues. Only a few may have the power, and even then may not have the kind of ability to influence anything. For example, Brazil, South Africa, they have zero power in stopping Israel from doing anything. You understand the what I mean? And the point of the UN Security Council is also not the way how the BRICS country, these BRIC leaders are trying to make it. The UN Security Council is purely to prevent nuclear war from happening, to prevent superpowers, major powers from fighting each other. The only real reformation, I would say, is the inclusion of India into this UN Security Council. I think that would be fair, because India is a very, very big country and one of the most populous country, and they have nuclear weapons. So I think that is fair. The for the rest I would say is a bit harder to say. Like UK, should UK still be in the UN? Maybe, because they have nuclear weapons. France, they're losing influence, but okay, somewhat. So that kind of reformation, yes. I think UN Security Council ultimately, I think, should still remain largely the same in terms of its role. It's just to prevent a major war between major powers. Uh, because if any countries just withdraw, and they feel like they have no ability to dictate the big countries, I'm talking about major powers, to dictate anything, then they will withdraw from the United Nations. Then what you get is the League of Nations, which is what happened, in World War One, where, or I think World War Two, yeah, in World War Two, where the entire international organization just collapsed into meaninglessness, because, yeah, you have to keep these major powers inside, and they must have overwhelming incentive to stay in, and the ability to veto anything is that incentive for superpowers to stay in. So that's what it is. So to no, this is very no fluffy, the and another major news is the arrival of Turkey in the BRICS summit. So Erdogan has arrived in Kazan, and he talks to Putin. He attends this big show, and yeah, and it's the only NATO country that participated in this BRICS summit. And of course, you and I all know, if we follow geopolitics, we know that Turkey, like to play both sides, and clearly Turkey is not going to miss the show. So they are there, and one of the big issues that they talked about is the cross-border payment, and the Indians are really pushing for it. They say that cross-border payments will only play into the hands of the cooperation between BRICS countries, and they want this payment system to be without the West influence. They don't want the West to have any influence in it, and India is actually wanting to push this. And I feel like this is going to likely go through. Of course, they are already in the works. They are already doing it. So it's just a matter of how far have they gone in developing this infrastructure. So, and of course, the payment, the currency that they will be using, all these things, it's going to be pretty complicated. Because if you don't have a centralized or a singular reserve currency for this trade, and everybody's going to use their own nation's currency, this is going to be abused. So we shall see how this is going to be played out, because any country have become the reserve currency for BRICS is going to have overwhelming power over the group. And so in India also have this idea to create a free trade zone with the EAEU. So the EAEU is this Eurasian Economic Union, which is the post-Soviet grouping led by Russia, and the countries includes Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Armenia, and Kyrgyzstan. And so they are hoping, India is hoping to take this opportunity to trade more with this Russia-led union, and hopefully create more opportunity for India to grow vis-a-vis China, because China is a huge competitor, and they can't compete against China. But of course, China is also have a very strong presence, I think, in the Central Asia as well. They are trying to grow their influence over there. So I'm not sure how this will play out. But India is definitely making their move, which is what the BRICS is for. It's to maneuver beyond what the West dictates. So this is something that's happening, and yeah, I think this is really all. So another thing that I want to talk about is the flags. To see who is actually there, because I didn't seem to see the full list per se, and being from Singapore, I just want to highlight a little bit on the discomfort as a Singaporean. There's a there's quite a number of Southeast Asian countries that participated. You can see this is Malaysia, this is Indonesia. So Malaysia, Indonesia is there. This is Bangladesh, but it's not Southeast Asian country. But no, yeah, I mean the is nearby. And then we have, of course, China is there. This is Egypt, India, Saudi Arabia. No, I think this is Jordan, can't tell, or UAE. Not too sure. We have Laos over there. I think there should be Cambodia somewhere. This is Mongolia. This is Serbia. Yeah, I think Vietnam was there as well. Vietnam is there. I saw I did see that they have Vietnam in the full, yeah, being welcomed. I think one of the red flags. So we can't see it over here. So can we see it here? Yeah. So we have to zoom in a bit. So this is Vietnam, Vietnam, Turkey, because these are invited countries. They are not the main star of the show, so they are on the sidelines. So United Nations participated as well, so it's interesting. We have Venezuela. I can't remember what's the blue one. Is it Congo? So Thailand is there as well. So Thailand is there as well. So a majority of the Southeast Asian countries are there. So, and we're talking about all the big ones: Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and that of course makes it really uncomfortable for me because no, Singapore is not there. So, and in normal time, Singapore would have participated and request to be a participant or at least observer in such a big economic forum. The fact that the Singaporeans are not there is very disturbing for me. So, and you can see that the rest of Southeast Asia is actually moving on. I think, yeah. So we need to really, yeah, be a bit more the more active. Singapore, do more. So anyway, yeah. So this is the BRICS coverage. I doubt I'm going to do more unless there is some more breaking news. So we can see some of these actions. Turkmenistan was there. Turkey have arrived, and then Belarus is there as well. With Belarus, Russia declared that they will nuclear. I think it's unrelated to BRICS, but no, the defense minister of Russia is in Belarus right now, and they have declared that they will use nuclear weapon to protect Belarus. So, but that we already know. So of course we have the very happy face. The two, yeah, this is the BRICS only conversation, I believe. Yeah, this is the BRICS only conversation, which is a much smaller gathering of countries. So we have, I think this is UAE, Saudi Arabia, India, Egypt, Brazil, Russia, China. What the hell country is that? I can't recognize the flag. Oh my god. Iran, and this is South Africa. What country is that? I can't tell. Sorry. That flag failed me. No, not I failed the flag. So yeah, so I mean, this is a huge diplomatic victory as well for Putin, because we all hear the mainstream media and the West talking about the isolation of Russia, isolation of Putin, and then they say that Russia is isolated, they are all alone, and then you have this BRICS summit that makes this entire thing look like shit. All of these leaders is now in Russia, visited Kazan, Russia, and BRICS is led by arguably China, India, and Russia. And so this makes it like really, really awkward for for everyone. So what else? I think let's go through all this, see if you can see anything more. I think this is Laos, the president of Laos. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good website showing all the video footages. So that's very, very, I mean, the photos, super interesting. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. So this is the coverage for BRICS, BRICS Summit 2024. Very, very interesting. But if you want to look at the full declaration, you can go to the DPA's Telegram channel. You can actually click directly to the PDF that is posted by the Russian government. If you cannot access it, probably just comment below. I will download it and re-upload it for you guys. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next update.